Right guys, okay, so nice and easy lesson, this one. Yeah, so we're taking what we did in lesson 6 and we are adding some walls. Let me change this color. This should be a nice kind of silver or black or something. And then we're coloring our balls, and our balls fall into their own bucket. Okay, so I've got a red bucket, blue, green and red. So we're taking what we did in lesson 6 and we are making it better. Yeah. Let's just wait for this to finish. I'll speed it up. Here we go. Come on, there we go. Okay, so nice and easy this. So we need to open lesson 6. Okay, so this is how we left lesson 6. Looking something like this. Okay, and we don't need to watch that, yeah? Right, now the first thing to do, I've got too many pegs down here. I want some buckets here, but I haven't got enough space, so I need to delete some of these pegs. So I can go into my bits and pieces collection. Cylinder 1, 2, okay, all right. So over here, I'm just going to select each of these, holding down Shift and then my down button. I've selected these bottom 2 rows. Over here, X to delete. Okay, nice and easy. Now we want to make our buckets. Our buckets are just going to be a cube. Grab that, move that up so that it's approximately at the ground level. There we go. Now, I want it about 1.5 meters high. I want it, what was this? Yeah, something like 0.2 meters. Something like that. And maybe just 1 meter. So 1, 0.2 and 1.5, something like that. Yeah? It gives us a kind of domino shape. Let's head over here, that looks a bit ugly. Right, now, you come here. I'm just going to grab it and I'm just going to move it down so it looks something like that. I'm going to make it, so what's that? That's the x-axis. I'm going to make it a little bit narrower. Grab that again, move that on the x-axis. Okay, fine, yeah? Doesn't have to be perfect, but that looks okay. Right, let's go to a front view. So this is my right orthographic view. Let's add a material. I'm just going to make this black. Okay, black and metallic. Yeah. Now, Shift D, lock to the y-axis, and I'm going to have that about there. Shift D again, lock to the y-axis again, and I'm going to have that about there. Okay. So now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 buckets. Holding down Shift, I'm going to click each of these. I'm going to right click and I'm going to join it. Okay, so now if I grab it, it's just one object. When I've done that, we need to remember to set the physics. This is going to be a rigid body. It's going to be passive. It's not going to move, and it's going to behave like a mesh. Now, if we press play and speed it up, so we have a problem here. Yeah, it's not respecting this wall, and that's because our bake is an old bake. Yeah, so we need to force it to rebake. So I'm gonna increase the speed, delete my bake, rebake. This is going to take a minute, so come back when it's done.
A few moments later.
Okay, that's done. So now if we press play, it should, now it respects our boundaries much more, yeah? These should all fall down, but because we've changed, even though we just deleted the last 2 pegs, now I see that some of these balls don't fall down. Yeah, it's a bit of a problem. So, I'm going to go to my last frame, 2000, and I'm going to do what we did in lesson 6. I'm just going to hide those, move those, Move those to collection, move those to junk, okay? Good. Make that revisible, press play, and now everything finally moves into its own bucket. Okay, so now let's color them. So the trick is that we color them once they're in their buckets. So we go to the final frame, which is 2000. We're going to hide that. We can even this collection. So what are these? These are our cubes. I'm going to rename this. These are our dividers. And I'm going to move our dividers into this collection, into this bits and pieces collection. So now, when I hide that, everything gets hidden. Right, okay, let's have a front view. Right, so I've just selected these using my mouse. Then, holding down Shift, I'm going to select any one of them so that it turns yellow. In my material, I'm going to delete the material that's assigned, and I'm going to have a new material. Now, be careful here. It's not a surface material, it's a viewport display material. Okay, so I'm going to change this to a beautiful red. One of them is red, so now Command L, link materials. Beautiful. And next. Okay, select, use Shift to select any ball you want, delete the material that's assigned to it, have a new material, new color. Let's have that blue. Command L, link materials, and those are now blue. Select them, select any one, delete the material that's associated with it, have a new color, viewport display. What color are these going to be? These are going to be a green. Yeah. Command L, link materials. And these ones, shall I just leave those purple? I'll just leave those purple, yeah. So, let's review everything, turn everything back on. And now, we have all of these balls, and they seem to magically fall into their own buckets. Yeah? And that is how we do that. Speed this up. Duck, duck, duck. Come on. There we go. There we go. Right, and that's all there is to do in this lesson. Yeah. When you've done that, please save it with the lesson number that you see on YouTube. Make sure to render it and add this new version to your iMovie portfolio. Okay. Very good. Nice and easy lesson, guys. I'll see you for another lesson soon. Bye bye.